My name is Victor Fabian Osahai from Misha Properties and Consultancy, a real estate marketing company right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Over time, we've helped our clients, purchase and acquire good, rewarding, and affordable real estate right here in Lagos and some around Nigeria. But one thing I've come to observe, I used to assume before that a lot of our clients or a lot of people out there are actually enlightened when it comes to real estate investments. To my greatest surprise, we still have a long way to go. Now, today I'd like to discuss a topic I call the category of real estate investments. Now, real estate investment has two major categories, and if you ask me, I'll tell you what they are. The first one is the short-term investment, and the second one is obviously the long-term investment. I will break this down in a minute. The short-term investments, the properties or investments that fall into this category are your residential buildings. Say, as an investor, you want to buy a residential apartment property for yourself and family. Obviously, this set of properties fall under this category. Again, you want to buy a property and put it for rent, for cash flow. This set of properties falls under this category as well. Then another one, which is the big fish right now in the real estate market, short lets. Say you want to buy a property, whether a land and build or an already built building or apartment, and you want to put it out for short lets. This property also falls under this category. Then we want to buy land and resell for a short-term period. These properties falls under the short-term category. Now, majorly what I'm trying to say is short-term real estate investment or short-term investment are properties or investments that the investors have the mind of reselling or getting returns from in a short while. So these properties usually take 1 or 2 years. So 6 months, 1 year or 2 years. The max is 3 years. So you get your returns from this investment. All right. We have, like I said, we have two categories. We have short-term investment and long-term investment. Now, your residential houses falls under the short-term investment. Your buildings that you buy or apartment that you buy that you want to put out for rent falls under the short-term investment. Your short-let, which as it is now is the biggest fish in the real estate market, falls under your short-term investment. Now, what are the things to consider when going into short-term investment? First of all, is the area habitable? Do you have people living in that area? Do you have neighbors? Do you have good road? Of course, in Nigeria, we really don't consider the roads. But then again, is it accessible? Is it close to town, or is it in town, itself? So those are the areas you want to consider. Now, when you're considering investing in a short-let apartment or a building where you intend to put out for rent, for cash flow, or you want to live in this place, first of all, we have to consider location, consider the title of the property, consider the area. Now, for short-let, I'll leave it because it's a topic I would like to talk about on its own. And I can assure you, short-let is the biggest thing right now in the real estate market. As an investor, you want to key into that. So we'll talk about that maybe next week. Like I said, short-term investment majorly are investments that investors make with the intention of getting their returns in a short while. It can be 6 months, it can be 1 year, it can be 2 years, the max is 3 years. Do you understand? When it goes further to 5 years, you're already looking at a long-term investment. So yes, let me recap. So I said your short-term investment, properties that fall under the short-term investment are your residential buildings, your buildings you want to put out for rent, your properties you want to put out for short-let, or your lands. Any real estate investment that you intend to get the returns in a short while falls under short-term investment. And like I said, you have to look at the area, that's the location, you have to look at your title, you have to make sure that everything is perfect, especially if you want to put it out for rent. You don't want to buy a building or a property that is isolated. Do you understand? Where your tenants will be looking for, vehicles to get to their offices in the morning. No, you want to, buy a property or invest in a property that is, in a good location where to be easy for you to rent out, or for whoever the management that you're going to give to rent out. So those are the kind of things to consider when investing in a short-term property. Let's go straight right to long-term investment. So why long-term? Now, as an investor, the key thing I would like you to get out of this video, or whatever it is you want to call it, is why you are investing. Your why. Your why matters. Like we always say in life, your why, your purpose, the reason why you're here. You know, your 4 whys, they call it 4 whys. Same thing with real estate investment. Your why matters. Are you buying a property just because you want to buy it? Are you buying a property just because you're seeing it online? Are you buying a property because your friend just bought one? You must know the reason why you're buying that property. You must know the reason why you're investing. It's very necessary. I'll tell you why it's necessary, because it helps you, avoid confusion. So you're not confused. Do you understand? And it saves time. And it also helps your investment, because you can determine when to expect your returns. So I'll jump straight into the long-term investment. The long-term investments are properties that you live for a while to appreciate before you start getting the returns. Now, this is very cool, I tell you, because you give it time. Now, when it comes to real estate, the magic behind real estate, if you permit me to use that word, it's unpredictable. Because the property you buy now for 1 million, in the next few years, you can sell that same property for 30 million naira. I'll give you a story. Before I get to that story, let me just tell you properties that fall into this category. Properties at Ibejju, Lekki, especially after the refinery. Ibejju, Lekki, we have, of course, from after Abijo is Ibejju, Lekki, but when we're talking about after Lekki access, we get to the refinery. After the refinery, those are properties that falls under this category. So as an investor, if you're investing in real estate now, you're buying real estate now, just know that, and you're buying in Ibejju, Lekki, for instance, just know that your property will take time to appreciate. It doesn't just appreciate immediately. It's going to take time. It's going to take like 5, 10, in some cases 15 years. But one thing I want you to understand is every piece of real estate always appreciates, no matter the location. Now, what it's going to take is time. The big question is, are you willing to give it time? Now, properties in Ekpe also falls under this category. Although Ekpe is fast developing as we speak, majorly because of the road expansion and all that. But I can tell you, Ekpe properties also falls under this category. Now, I'm just giving you what I know, like 5, 10, 15 years. In some cases, can come faster before that time. Do you understand? Now, what are the determinants of property appreciation? Developments. What are the type of development in that area? People moving into that area? Do you understand? We have a lot of people living in that area now. So when you see people moving in, those places that I just mentioned, they are emerging areas. Do you understand? They are developing as we speak. In the next 4 or 5 years, those places are going to be packed out. It's just like Ajah, Lekki, Sangotedo. My former pastor told me that when he started living in his house in Lekki Gulf, when he's going to Ajah, he only sees like 5 cars on the road. But as we speak, from Lekki to Ajah, bros, sis, if you're not spending nothing less than an hour or more, you've not started, because we have lots of people living in these places. Now development has come to these places. Now properties here have appreciated, and that's how it's going to be in Ekpe. That's how it's going to be in Ibejju, Lekki. Do you understand? So, like I said, long-term investments are actually very good investments. I had someone was sharing a story with me. A man that sold his property at Palm Ocean. Is it Palm Ocean or Palm View Estate? Just at Ogedon here, Sangotedo. The guy sold his land, I think 1,000 square meters, for 32 million naira, if I still remember. Now, he sold it to a developer, and the developer, Dr. Olatosin, was one talking to us. He said, he asked the man, said, why are you selling the property now? And he said that he actually bought this property while he was still working. And his intention was, immediately he retired, he can resell. and then use the money to do other things. Do you know, he bought that property 15 years ago for 1 million naira. Ladies and gentlemen, he bought that property for 1 million naira and he sold that property for, I think, 32 or 33 million naira, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I want you to do the mathematics. Calculate the returns on investments. So that's it. Real estate can also be, a way for you to plan for your retirement. Do you understand? When looking at long-term investment, obviously. It can also be a way for you to plan for your retirement. I have a dear client of mine, he's going to see this video. He told me that some years back, his dad, right there in Benin, bought some plots of land in a particular community. Overall, he bought those plots for 130,000 naira. But he sold this plot for 14 million naira after some time. And that's what that's the beauty of long-term investment, because you don't know how far the property can appreciate. It can go as far as even more than you can imagine. So that's it. Majorly what I want you to get from this video is your why. Know why you are investing in real estate. Are you doing it for short term or long term? Because it helps the realtor. Over time, we launch an estate, and the rush, we don't have much time to talk or educate our clients about what they are actually investing. I sometimes assume that our clients are actually aware, but over time I found out that some of them are not aware. You can't be buying an Ibejju property now and expect the returns immediately. You have to give it time to appreciate. So you must know your why. Why are you buying? Am I buying for long term? Am I buying for short term? My name again is Victor Fabian Osaga, and you can reach us on all our social media platforms at Mishak Properties. On Instagram is Mishak Properties _real estate. On Facebook we have a page there, Mishak Properties and Consultancy. Of course, my WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can reach me anytime for consultation or advice, or in case you want to purchase the property. Thank you so much again. God bless you.